Patient A is a healthy 50-year-old who runs daily. Patient B is the exact same age with identical habits. Both encounter a novel respiratory pathogen on the same flight. 2 weeks later, their outcomes are completely different. Patient A experiences mild fatigue and recovers in 3 days. He returns to his baseline cognitive function almost immediately. Patient B develops severe systemic inflammation and neurological fog. This brain fog persists for over 6 agonizing months. He can no longer perform his daily professional duties. The pathogen did not mutate between these two individuals. Their biological defense systems simply reacted differently. The media is currently panicking over the new Cicada variant. They claim it is entirely unpredictable and universally dangerous. This narrative ignores the fundamental laws of human cellular biology. Your fear is being weaponized for clicks and viewership. The difference between patient A and patient B is measurable.
It is not luck. It is a specific cascade of immune responses. Today, we will examine the actual clinical data behind Cicada. We will decode why some immune systems fail completely. We will look at the exact cellular mechanisms at play. Your primary physician is likely waiting for public health guidance. I am Marcus, lead clinical researcher for the Medmetrics. Our board of cardiologists, pathologists, and surgeons reviews the data. We look past the pharmaceutical marketing campaigns and media panic. We read the actual clinical trials so you do not have to. I ignore viral health internet trends completely. I care only about peer-reviewed objective biological truth. You need these facts to protect your future health. If you demand real medical data over internet fads, I invite you to subscribe to this educational channel now. Join our exclusive community of biological truth seekers today. We decode the complex medical science for you completely freely. The mainstream news will not give you these clinical metrics. They profit from your constant state of biological anxiety. We operate on data, cellular pathways, and proven outcomes. Let us examine the viral mechanics without the emotional manipulation. We will dissect the anatomy of a viral infection. This knowledge is your ultimate weapon against medical misinformation. To understand the Cicada variant, imagine your body as a fortress. The virus is an invading army trying to breach the walls. Your mucosal immunity acts as the outer perimeter defense. This includes the lining of your nose and your throat. The virus uses a modified spike protein to pick the lock. Once inside, it hijacks your cellular manufacturing plants. It forces your own cells to print more viral copies. Your adaptive immune system is the specialized internal security force. It relies on T cells and B cells to neutralize threats. Previous infections or interventions trained this security force. The media claims Cicada bypasses all known security measures. The clinical data shows a completely different reality. The virus has slightly altered its uniform to avoid early detection. However, your T cells still recognize the core structure of the invader. They deploy targeted cytokines to clear the infected cells. The problem occurs when this security response becomes chaotic. A chaotic response causes widespread collateral damage to your tissue. This collateral damage is what you experience as severe symptoms. The goal is a precise, controlled immune deployment. Think of it as a targeted sniper strike. It should never resemble a reckless carpet bombing campaign. The carpet bombing destroys your own cellular infrastructure. This infrastructure is incredibly difficult to rebuild over time. You might think a strong immune system guarantees your safety. This brings us to the most dangerous biological paradox. A hyperactive immune response is actually your greatest threat. We call this the cytokine storm phenomenon. Your security force panics and destroys the fortress to save it. The clinical data on Cicada reveals a specific hidden risk. It specifically triggers systemic vascular inflammation in susceptible individuals. People assume taking massive doses of vitamin C will protect them. This is a critical mistake that ignores cellular reality. Overstimulating an already panicked immune system can worsen the vascular damage. The virus uses your own aggressive immune response against you. Your endothelial cells lining your blood vessels become collateral damage. This leads to microclots and prolonged neurological fatigue. The trap is believing that more immunity is always better. Balance is the actual key to surviving novel respiratory pathogens. If your inflammatory markers are already chronically elevated, you are vulnerable. You must measure your baseline before attempting to boost anything. Blindly taking immune supplements without data is a dangerous game. You are essentially pouring gasoline on a biological fire. This fire can burn through your vascular reserves rapidly. The Cicada variant exploits this exact physiological vulnerability. It uses your blind panic as a weapon. You need a precise, data-driven protocol to protect yourself. We do not guess. We measure specific biological markers. First, you must request a high-sensitivity C-Reactive Protein test. This blood test measures your baseline systemic inflammation. A level above 3 milligrams per liter requires immediate attention. Second, you must check your homocysteine levels. Elevated homocysteine indicates vascular vulnerability and poor methylation. This makes the endothelial damage from the virus much worse. Third, test your fasting insulin and hemoglobin A1C. Endothelial dysfunction is severely amplified by existing insulin resistance. The virus thrives in a highly glycated, inflamed vascular environment. Your fasting insulin should ideally be under 6 microunits per milliliter. If you contract the virus, the timing of intervention is critical. Do not aggressively suppress a mild fever in the first 48 hours. A mild fever is a controlled, necessary immune function. Support your vascular health with targeted nitric oxide precursors. Beetroot extract and L-citrulline can help maintain endothelial elasticity. Ensure your vitamin D3 levels are between 50 and 70 nanograms. You must test this level. Do not blindly supplement. Toxicity is a real risk with fat-soluble vitamins. Consider asking your doctor about a full iron panel. Ferritin levels can spike dangerously during an active infection. High ferritin indicates severe cellular stress and potential organ damage. Monitoring these specific markers gives you absolute clinical control. The science of viral immunology is advancing rapidly. Current clinical trials are shifting away from chasing variant mutations. Researchers are now targeting the host response instead of the virus. New mucosal vaccines are currently entering phase 3 trials. These aim to fortify the outer perimeter of your fortress. They could potentially block transmission before systemic entry occurs. We are also monitoring new trials on targeted endothelial support therapies. These therapies aim to prevent the microvascular damage entirely. The future of medicine is proactive, not purely reactive. You have the power to optimize your biological terrain today. You do not have to be a victim of media fear cycles. Measure your inflammatory markers and correct your metabolic health. Always consult your primary care physician before altering your health protocol. We will continue to monitor the peer-reviewed data for you. Stay analytical, stay objective, and protect your cellular health. Thank you for joining the Medmetrics clinical community. Your biological resilience is our primary focus. Do not let fear dictate your medical decisions. Data is the only true cure for panic.